Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. I'll talk about the layout and the setup in a little bit, but first of all, happy holidays and Merry Christmas to anyone who is currently celebrating it or you're celebrating the holiday season. Hopefully you stay warm and everything goes well and you stay healthy and hopefully a good end of the year towards a better new year, hopefully. But if you're kind of like me and the holidays tends to be a little bit more chill and relaxed, I kind of wanted to do a longer talking video for you if you wanted to have a little bit of company or something in the background while you work on projects or you're just chilling. So today, hopefully, we will be doing kind of like a full illustration of some sort. So for me, I haven't been watching as many streams lately because I've been busy, but there is a stream that I'm actually looking forward to, which is Reimu Endo from the Jisanti En. I believe she has like a cooking stream or a baking stream coming up, so I wanted to do an illustration based off of that just for some fun, and it's just nice to relax to draw some fan art of some of your favorite like livers or creators or just people you enjoy. So I want to draw Reimu today. Just kind of like a sneak peek into my VTuber folder. There's like so many things I've like have unfinished. So I was gonna do a sketch page of Ike. Maybe we can return back to this at some point. I was gonna draw Alban from that one promotion because the aesthetic was just like right up my alley. And then I am going to probably paint this at some point because I would like to make it as a little gift. But because I'm still awaiting for her presents to arrive, or something that I want to give to her, I'm not going to work on this quite yet. Maybe we'll work on it in like a future stream or something. But let's go ahead and set up something. So let's pick a longer canvas. So I was actually lucky enough that Reimu has used some of my artworks for her thumbnails in the past. So I'm always grateful for that. And it's just always nice to see your art on like one of your favorite creators anything, I guess. Oh, let me address the setup. So I'll insert a picture here onto the screen of what this actually looks like because I'm sure the camera angle looks kind of wacky. So I wanted to use this for today just because it's a little bit better for my posture and just for longer drawing sessions. Usually you see my like teal version that has like a black border around my iPad, which is like my actual case for my iPad. But this one's kind of like a tablet stand and it's a little bit nicer to have a little bit more space for your hand to work on your iPad. So usually off video, I tend to use this because it just helps a little bit more, but I use my other one because aesthetically pleasing and smaller so that it doesn't obstruct when recording. If I can find a way to make this look prettier, maybe I'll use this in the future. It has like multiple angles and stuff and I really like it, but I don't have the right size for it, so there's this gap. I'm gonna find a way to maybe make this look a little bit prettier so I can use it in the future, but for now, let's figure out how we want to draw Reimu. So if you are going to be drawing along, or if you're doing projects or something else, maybe you're reading, crocheting, knitting, doing some crafting, or just chilling, cleaning, do let me know what you're doing because I always find it fun that these longer videos tend to keep you guys company from time to time, and hearing about what you guys are doing also feels like you're keeping me company as well, even though it's like after the fact. So let's see. I'm not too sure how much I'm going to talk in today's video. I do want to leave it mostly like real time and I'll talk little bits about certain parts, but I am a little bit congested right now, so it might prevent me from talking a little bit too much. So let's see. I need to think about how I want to do this. I mean, there's like some simple ones I could do, and there's like a pose that I was going to do for like this actual piece, but I ended up using it for something else. Because I thought it'd be cute to have her look like she's maybe like tripping or like falling forward and having the, because it is a baking stream, I was gonna have her like hold the baking sheet, and because it's going to be like jostled upwards, the cookies will be flying up, and I think that'll look very cute. So let's go ahead. See if I can plan this out properly. Maybe I'll make her a little smaller. So we're doing kind of like the rough right now. This is gonna help me just position everything to how I want it. So, or maybe I should do the tray first. So because I didn't have a plan, I should have probably thumbnailed this like beforehand, but I didn't really think far ahead. So we'll do it like that. So let's say one hand's here, the other hand. Sort of a circle rather than an oval. I'll show you guys like a little sneak peek since I don't know, I've been slowly working on the flower zine every so often. This is the one I currently have of Maseki, which is kind of him like dropping something in front of him, kind of like tripping-ish. So hopefully we can finish this at some point as well. Probably not for today, either for a different stream or I'll finish it more like off screen. But I have like a lot of thumbnailing I did for future pieces. So I have to make her a little larger. But the thing is like, I guess even though I do a lot of fan art, there's like some fan arts I start and then I stop because I just don't like it at the, like I like it at the moment, but if I take too long of a break, I tend to abandon it. And I feel like a lot of my VTuber fan art more recently has been in that kind of state. So I haven't been doing as much as I would have liked to. And like I said, I haven't been watching as many streams recently just because of being busy. Let's see. I think this actually would be cute. And then we can have like an apron. I'll design some cute gloves or like mittens, oven mitts for her. And then we can have our cookies being like jostled upwards, like in this direction, I guess. I think this will probably work. I'm going to, let's see if we can fix the composition a little bit. Maybe kind of like that. Also, do let me know how you guys like the format of this thing. Because like I said, if I can find a way to make this look cute, I think maybe I'll use this in the future. Just right now, it looks so uneven because my iPad is not the correct size for this stand. So I have a piece of chipboard down here. I also made this little thing to keep my iPad up, like in a proper position for when it charges and for my hand to have like enough room to sit on the side. This is supposed to be where the charger lays, but my iPad is like I said, a little bit too small for the format for this. I feel like I'm getting more congested as time passes today. Also, like small song recommendations, I guess. If you like more like ballad type songs that sound very like pretty, I recommend that listening to Marionette. Her new song, I think it's called Pendant of Light. I've been like putting that on repeat for so long since it's been released. It's definitely like my type of song that I would love to listen to and probably something that's going to go on my playlist and I'm just gonna like constantly repeat it throughout the next few months. Other than that, for more of like the cozy, if you like K-indie-ish kind of sound, I recommend Becky Yadin because I always love listening to her music and it feels like very calming. Very like emotional, I guess. So if you're into that kind of music, I highly recommend it. So I want her to look more surprised. But if you guys are celebrating like the holiday season, do you guys have like any holiday traditions? Because usually for us, we just do like a family dinner type of thing. We don't really celebrate like gift giving holidays all too much. My parents are the type to really celebrate mostly like the Chinese holidays, I guess. But like even for like birthdays, we don't really do anything other than like a breakfast and then usually like a cake of some sort. We don't really do gifts. We don't do like an activity or some sort. I was thinking, do I want her mouth to be like shocked or do I want her to be like she was eating a cookie? Because that could be cute too. Maybe the cookie idea? I guess I'll put like a gingerbread man. I always feel like my childhood revolving around Christmas, especially because like we never really grew up doing like Christmas stuff, but my school and like my friends, I grew up in a very how do I explain it? There's not a lot of people of like different ethnic cultures, I guess, in my small town village. I guess it's a village. It's like 300 people. Actually, maybe I will do the shocked face. I always felt bad because my parents are always busy. So I was not really able to like go out to buy gifts because like this is like when I was like in elementary. So one of my best friends always bought like the Secret Santa gift type of thing for me to give to someone else. And I felt bad because there was one year where I believe you kind of just like draw numbers randomly at the very end. So it's not like specifically to a person that you're getting gifts for. So the way how we did the gift exchange, she ended up getting her own gift basically because she got mine. I felt so bad. Because I always feel like I don't really participate in those kinds of activities, but like, you know, because your classmates are doing it, you're kind of just like, not forced to do it, but you're kind of forced to participate in some aspect. But she was always so incredibly nice. It was just funny because I think out of all the girls, I was the only one who did not have their ears pierced at that time. Actually, I still don't have my ears pierced. So she got earrings for me to give, so there was no way for me to get my own gift. But I think that's the gift that she ended up getting herself. I'm sure they were very cute, but probably was a little weird getting her own gift technically. Because for the most part, other than everyone else being like busy during the holidays, Christmas and like Christmas Eve kind of just feels like a normal day to me, which is why like if any of you guys are in the same situation, I wanted to do like a normal-ish kind of video for today. I didn't really want to do something like specifically Christmas theme, even though today is Christmas. Oh, but the thing is about the gift things, technically, as I've gotten older, I like gifting people things a lot of the time. So like any opportunity that I can, either I'll draw them something, I'll try to pick something up if it reminds me of them. I'm like that type of person. So I do like the fact that I get to buy stuff for my friends. Like their birthdays or for like Christmas. And oftentimes like because my friend's birthday is so close to Christmas, like it's like mid-December and I don't see her usually until after Christmas, that we usually merge her birthday, a Christmas celebration gift thing alongside with another friend's birthday. It just becomes like a whole gift giving frenzy basically. Your eyes look so funky. Let me redo this. Do kind of like a little base. And I'm not too sure how long today's video is going to be. I think I want to do the entire drawing in today's session, but we'll see. Keeping it rough so I don't feel too committed. Why am I so congested? And my throat hurts low-key because I keep sneezing. So I'm definitely the type of person who never sneezes like just once. I sneeze like in at least 3 or more. So technically I could make her face closer to the front a bit more. But I think we're gonna leave it. Maybe we will move her eyes actually, so that she's looking more towards us. I'm gonna have to fix a lot of this like during the rendering portion. But I love her 4th outfit, like this little pajama outfit, so dang cute. But I have to make sure I'm drawing it correctly to some degree, so let's see. So because I gave her too long of a face. I don't remember if she actually has like an official reference for this outfit. I'm just like looking at like previous old screenshots that I have on my phone, since I draw this outfit a little bit more often. But I always forget like certain aspects of like either her hair or her outfit, so I often have to keep referring to the references. Maybe I'll do like a little kitchen background or something as well. We'll see. We'll see how ambitious I want to be. Because even right now, how I have it kind of laid out, doesn't really look like Reimu yet. I was also thinking like maybe we could do a sketch and then maybe some sort of line art. And then see if I can render it more, but I think for now I think I'm gonna do my typical, we'll just paint over my sketch. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I don't know why I made her body like that. I think I'm getting confused at where her arm is. Different size, so I ended up taking this one, and it kind of works out because like maybe in the far future I will upgrade to the larger iPad, and when I do it will fit hopefully in this thing, or I will try to upgrade to fit devices into this so that I won't have to buy a new one. So it's kind of like low-key future proofing, even though it was kind of unplanned. So let's make a new layer. I think we're gonna go with this composition. I think it will be kind of cute. I am gonna draw her probably in... I think I'm gonna draw her in her new outfit just because it's more cozy. Shrink you. I love drawing Reimu though. I don't know, her aesthetic is just so cute, and I think it's just nice because I also enjoy watching her quite a bit. It might be also just like the opposite, so like maybe because I enjoy watching her that I like drawing her. Because like, the same goes for like my other Oshis in like Niji or like other fandoms, I guess. Even though I don't draw my other Oshis from like, let's say, Hololive or Holostars. Even though I would like to. And there's some creators I haven't watched in like a long while. I guess we want her to be shocked though, so let's raise her eye line a bit. Tend to give my girls a little bit of a shorter, smaller face. I feel like I still draw more males than I do females, but sometimes I have more fun drawing females though. I feel like I'm getting more congested as time passes today. Also, like small song recommendations, I guess. If you like more like ballad type songs that sound very like pretty, I recommend listening to Marionette. Her new song, I think it's called Pendant of Light. I've been like putting that on repeat for so long since it's been released. It's definitely like my type of song that I would love to listen to, and probably something that's going to go on my playlist, and I'm just gonna like constantly repeat it throughout the next few months. Other than that, for more of like the cozy, if you like K-indie-ish kind of sound, I recommend Becky Yerin, because I always love listening to her music, and it feels like very calming, very like emotional, I guess. So if you're into that kind of music, I highly recommend it. So I want her to look more surprised. But if you guys are celebrating like the holiday season, do you guys have like any holiday traditions? Because usually for us, we just do like a family dinner type of thing. We don't really celebrate like gift giving holidays all too much. My parents are the type to really celebrate mostly like the Chinese holidays, I guess. But like even for like birthdays, we don't really do anything other than like a breakfast. And then usually like a cake of some sort. We don't really do gifts. We don't do like an activity or some sort. I was thinking, do I want her mouth to be like shocked, or do I want her to be like she was eating a cookie? Because that could be cute too. Maybe the cookie idea? I guess I'll put like a gingerbread man. I always feel like my childhood revolving around Christmas, especially because like we never really grew up doing like Christmas stuff, but my school and like my friends, I grew up in a very how do I explain it? There's not a lot of people of like different ethnic cultures, I guess, in my small town village. I guess it's a village. It's like 300 people. Actually, maybe I will do the shocked face. I always felt bad because my parents were always busy, so I was not really able to like go out to buy gifts, because like this is like when I was like in elementary. So one of my best friends always bought like the Secret Santa gift type of thing for me to give to someone else. And I felt bad because there was one year where I believe you kind of just like draw numbers randomly at the very end, so it's not like specifically to a person that you're getting gifts for. So the way how we did the gift exchange, she ended up getting her own gift basically because she got mine. I felt so bad because I always feel like I don't really participate in those kinds of activities, but like, you know, because your classmates are doing it, you're kind of just like not forced to do it, but you're kind of forced to participate in some aspect. But she was always so incredibly nice. It was just funny because I think out of all the girls, I was the only one who did not have their ears pierced at that time. Actually, I still don't have my ears pierced. So she got earrings for me to give, so there was no way for me to get my own gift. But I think that's the gift that she ended up getting herself. I'm sure they were very cute, but probably was a little weird getting her own gift technically. Because for the most part, other than everyone else being like busy during the holidays, Christmas and like Christmas Eve kind of just feels like a normal day to me, which is why like if any of you guys are in the same situation, I wanted to do like a normal-ish kind of video for today. I didn't really want to do something like specifically Christmas theme, even though today is Christmas. Oh, but the thing is about the gift things, technically, as I've gotten older, I like gifting people things a lot of the time. So like any opportunity that I can, either I'll draw them something, I'll try to pick something up if it reminds me of them. I'm like that type of person. So I do like the fact that I get to buy stuff for my friends. On like their birthdays or for like Christmas. And oftentimes like because my friend's birthday is so close to Christmas, like it's like mid-December and I don't see her usually until after Christmas, that we usually merge her birthday, a Christmas celebration gift thing alongside with another friend's birthday. It just becomes like a whole gift giving frenzy basically. Your eyes look so funky. Let me redo this. Do kind of like a little base. And I'm not too sure how long today's video is going to be. I think I want to do the entire drawing in today's session, but we'll see. Keeping it rough so I don't feel too committed. Why am I so congested? And my throat hurts low-key because I keep sneezing. So I'm definitely the type of person who never sneezes like just once. I sneeze like in at least 3 or more. So technically I could make her face closer to the front a bit more, but I think we're gonna leave it. Maybe we will move her eyes actually, so that she's looking more towards us. I might have to fix a lot of this like during the rendering portion. But I love her fourth outfit, like this little pajama outfit, so dang cute. But I have to make sure I'm drawing it correctly to some degree, so let's see. So because I gave her too long of a face. I don't remember if she actually has like an official reference for this outfit. I'm just like looking at like previous old screenshots that I have on my phone, since I draw this outfit a little bit more often. But I always forget like certain aspects of like either her hair or her outfit, so I often have to keep referring to the references. Maybe I'll do like a little kitchen background or something as well. We'll see. We'll see how ambitious I want to be. Because even right now, how I have it kind of laid out, doesn't really look like Reimu yet. I was also thinking like maybe we could do a sketch and then maybe some sort of line art. And then see if I can render it more, but I think for now I think I'm gonna do my typical, we'll just paint over my sketch. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I don't know why I made her body like that. I think I'm getting confused of where her arm is. I'm not sure if you heard it, but the doorbell rang because I guess the Canada Post strike is over, so a lot of my packages for like friends and stuff are finally coming in. I bought this like matcha jam type of thing for my friends. Even though she's going to Japan like in like a week or so. I was supposed to have these like all ready before she leaves, but she leaves earlier than I thought she would have. Because she's supposed to go in like January, but I won't be able to give it to her until she comes back, so it feels a little weird. Because my gifts were mostly like travel centered, I guess. So I'm the type of person who buys like gifts like way in advance. But this time I bought it like a month in advance and then the strike happened. So, let's see. I want to have like a few strands maybe going this way. Or I'm trying to think, do we want to go it forward? Or do we want to go it Do we want to do it backwards instead? I think I kind of like the side more. I don't know why I keep getting congested. I don't think it's allergies, but it's definitely happening a little bit more than usual. Because I feel like I can't breathe out of my nose now. I just don't know how to fit her hair into here. Maybe it's because I don't like the positioning of where the bow is, maybe? So maybe I'll draw it on a separate layer, a different color. Sometimes, like, when I'm doing hair, I do have to flip it. Because I feel like my natural hand curve is this way, but for something more flowy, sometimes it's nice to go the other way. Maybe it's because I will turn my hand too much inwards. Or we can also do this. Take a large brush and try to figure out like the direction. So I don't really like that. So maybe we do go backwards or more down, I guess. Maybe that's why I'm having problems. I keep making it go into like the background or the foreground. I guess it's mostly the background, but maybe I just have to go like this. Just make sure there's like little strands here and there. Planning out like any longer hair sometimes drives me insane. Just making sure things connect and don't look too out of place. I can go like this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is merge my layers. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Alpha lock. Change my sketch back. Okay, and then let's go make a new layer and add our tray. Perspective is not my strongest. I'm gonna fake it until I make it. Guess like as long as it resembles like a sheet pan, it might be okay. Whoops. This a little bit larger. Pretty sure I have this incorrect. It's okay. No one's gonna... Well, I was gonna say no one's gonna notice, but can't guarantee that either. Have our mittens. Do we need this side? This will be the foam. I'm gonna move her arm downwards so that we can connect her elbow correctly. I'm gonna probably give her an apron of some sort too, because I don't think she'll just bake in her pajamas. Well, I mean, you probably could, but hers is a little bit more like open, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna put on her normal outfit first, and then we'll see how these overlap, because she does have like really thin straps. So these might be covered anyways. Guess this would be a little lower. Okay, now I think it's like this. Shrink down her waist a little bit more. Okay, so for her apron, I think it'll make more sense to make it the ones that like you do this, where it wraps around your neck, and then that way we don't have to overlap her straps per se. Then we'll have her ribbon. I might make it like lace for her little the tie part here. So I think it might be cute. So I might have to put in a pattern afterwards. I guess our ties won't be like directly on her back though. Okay, then erase some of these lines. Click every wrong thing. Alpha lock, fill there. Nice, so I think we have the general gist of what Rima's gonna look like here. We're gonna add in some of her flowers and hair clips. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the cookies in, because we kind of have the general gist of Reimu. There's like some parts where I have to put like lace detailing, but I might do that during like the actual rendering portion. I forgot her choker though. And I guess her necklace. So for the cookies, I do want to make them Christmas themed, but also a little bit more like towards her fans. So we'll make, yeah, let's make one like a Fantoma. Let me look them up again. Okay. Make them a little bit better shaped. Then while I'm doing like the rendering and stuff, we'll add like texture. But for the most part, I just want to make sure that they look kind of like a cookie. So for this one, I am just going to focus on the silhouette because we'll do the icing and stuff after. I'm just thinking like, do I give him a hat to make it a little bit more like Christmas cookies? Because I think that's what the stream is. Then we'll add some like, let's see, like a wreath. Maybe we can add the, like some ghost shapes I think would be cute. Maybe make this one like kind of like a wreath. I looked up Christmas cookies for references because I actually don't know what is like technically a Christmas cookie other than like just sugar cookies. But I think sugar cookies are the cutest we can do in terms of like design wise that we can kind of mess around with. Kind of make sure it looks like it's laying the tray. Do like stars, you can do snowflakes. So maybe we'll make this one like a snowflake. Which probably won't make sense until we actually add the little icing details. Okay. I'll liquefy this to make sure it looks correct. Thinking if I turn these. Guess maybe like Christmas tree as well. A stem, the trunk. It's the normal plant. Put a trunk on it. Looks a little funky. Just gonna shrink it a little bit. Maybe we can fix the shape another time, but I think for the most part, I think these will more or less work. I'm gonna change these ones into like little snowflake cookies. What else is more like... I was gonna say what's like Reimu coated. So I kind of want to add some kind of like a forget-me-not. The forget-me-not has like 5 petals, so maybe we'll do 5. Not really Christmas, but I think it looks still cute. I guess maybe we'll give Reimu like a Santa's hat, maybe? I don't really know how much I'm gonna like fully render. Sometimes I literally, it's like dependent on how I'm feeling. Kind of like how I do my sketch pages, which I know some people have requested more of a real-time version. We'll see if I can do one. I don't know if I can do one by the end of this year since we're running out of days, but I'll definitely consider making one for the new year, sometime in the new year. I think I'm making this like a heart shape. Be cute. And then we can add her forget-me-nots up here, just like on her normal hat. She has like a blue and a white flower, I believe. Okay, so I think this is kind of like the basis of what I wanted. I might erase our tray here. I might like put flour on her face or something so it looks like she's been messily baking. But I think this looks actually kind of cute. So let's go ahead and get rid of our wreath. Oh, I didn't connect. Let's see, actually. Getting a little ahead of myself right here. So I believe this is her hair. This is supposed to be her arm. I'm actually thinking maybe I'll make her arm go down a bit more. I was gonna give her maybe Christmas ornament earrings. I think that would be kind of cute. Because if not, we'll just stick with the usual flower design maybe. Keep it a little bit more simple. But I think this kind of works for what I want, so... I'll make these more Christmassy after, because maybe we'll like add stripes to this one. This one's a wreath. We have our snowflakes. Maybe we'll turn this one into a snowflake as well. Okay, so I think we might be good to go. There might be like some things I might have to fix up later. That's gonna be like a future me problem. But for now, let me take a quick look at Reimu's reference. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so duplicate this layer, change it to multiply, another new layer, and we'll add in our background first. So I'm thinking, do we want to go like kitchen background and go and blur it? So I might look up a cute kitchen reference, and then why am I offline? Okay, let me look up kitchen. I kind of like this. Wait, can make it like pink and green. So this might be hard for me to do because I didn't really think about the perspective here. We're gonna try our best. So I need this on a separate layer. So what I'm gonna do is, I could follow this reference directly. I just need to find like a better layout of how I want to do this, because we could do it simple. Go like this. A white countertop. Okay, let's give kind of like a beige flooring. Those are too pink. So I'm just like winging this. This probably won't even look like remotely correct. But as long as we get the shapes kind of correct, we can add some like extra detailings here and there, and then we can kind of make it look like it's actually like a kitchen in a sense. I might switch to sharp render, start blocking some of these areas in. Kind of make the oven range. So I even make this brush larger and we can just like carefully block stuff in. Get a little bit more white into here. Hopefully this will kind of turn out. We have our backsplash, which I'm gonna make kind of like a gray. What else? Technically we can continue this across. I might even scrap all this and just end up putting like just a block of color for the background. So like perspective wise. Whoops. I think making it larger does make more sense. Let's just see how this looks. I might even gonna change the colors. I think I do like the green though. Because otherwise I would have to plan the background before even placing the character in. A little bit more blue on this side. Okay, let's just fill in Rainbow and then we can see how we feel about it. We're gonna change the line art color to be softer, a little bit more warmer, and then let's go ahead, pick her skin tone. So I'm gonna go with something a little bit more the lighter side for now, and then we can change it afterwards. So I like using the selection tool with the color fill option on, because I think this is like the fastest way to fill in everything. Because I used to like manually fill in everything, but it was a lot slower because there was like missing edges, or me using like the bucket tool alongside with the brush would leave like weird edges where they wouldn't fully, what is it called? Get filled in, I guess. I might change the background again afterwards. We'll just see how Reimu looks first. See a lot of areas I have to kind of carve out. You can always do this, like this part at the end, but I like being able to see where everything is, like right off the bat. Let's add in our last few cookies here. I'm gonna go take a small break and I'll come back probably. Usually for videos, I try to do things like more into like one session, but usually when I draw, I do it in multiple sessions. But I think this is kind of our flats. And I'll come back and we'll do a little bit of the flat colors and we'll do the rest of the kitchen and stuff maybe a little bit later. The problem with this setup, I think the lighting's always going to be a little funky. I don't know if it's because of this edge, but it's a better angle for myself. So I'm going to alpha lock this. Oops, forgot some areas. Good thing like when you alpha lock something, you can still erase areas. You just won't be able to add anything. Okay, so with kind of like the base colored finish, I'm gonna do something on this side probably. We'll add something here because this looks a little bit off. So let's see. Gonna add our shadow probably to this side. I tend to make Rainbow a little bit more pink at times. She's very pale in her like original outfit, but I believe she has more of like pink rather than like yellow base that I like to add more often. Okay, then we're gonna add some extra shading here. The thing is, like with stuff like this, sometimes I really take my time and then sometimes I don't take a lot of time on these, so we'll see where this one will end up. Usually when I film, I feel like it takes a lot longer. Another layer of pink. Some areas like will definitely spruce up afterwards though, like while we're doing the rendering, which I think that's probably the reason why some drawings and stuff take me a little bit longer. It literally is mostly dependent on whether or not I leave some things for later or if I do it right now so that, you know, there's a little bit less to have to fix. Make it a little bit more vibrant. We're adding a little bit of a purple for some of the shadows for her skin. Might even add a little bit, like a touch of blue. Okay, let's add... So usually when the mouth is open like this, sometimes I make it pure white, but that's mostly showing teeth. Because if I do it this way, it's mostly just the mouth being wide open. But sometimes it looks funny, so I'll still add in a band of white for teeth. If you really wanted to, you could add in the inside of the mouth. And you could also add the bottom teeth if you need to. I kind of like that, adding the bottom teeth. I think it looks kind of cute. So, I feel like I'm gonna lose my voice. Shadow. Then her eyes are kind of like a reddish pink. Okay, I should have charged my pencil while I was gone. Okay, it's been a few minutes. So my pencil is back to being fully, or not fully charged, but like more than half. So we should be good. Add a little bit of like light peach color to the bottom for eyes, and then I'll add more of a light purple for the very top. Pure white for the highlight. I might move her pupil in the end so we can make it look a little bit closer to one side rather than going two different directions. I'm also gonna quickly color in our pan sheet here. Gonna mix a bunch of different grays together. So her color palette's like fairly light, because even her hair is like more of a like a white gray-ish color, so we get to play around a little bit with what colors you want to add into it. So I'm gonna let some of that skin tone bleed through. A little bit more of like a purpley blue for the initial shadows, and then we'll warm it up a little bit. I may add a few more strands coming from the back of here at the very end, or like at least when we're doing like the rendering portion. I'm gonna bring back some of the warmer colors. Bring in our highlights, which I'm gonna use as a very light yellow. Kind of matches the background a little bit. Outfit wise, hers is black, so we're gonna lean a little bit of purple. A little bit more vibrancy. And then, so usually when I'm doing certain parts of like the coloring or the rendering portion, I try to do it like bit by bit so I can focus on the one area. So that way I can kind of let like certain colors bleed a little bit. Unless I know like there's like a prominent color I want to include, I would probably add that first. But we can always add it at like the end anyways. It's not gonna be too much of an issue. Give her a pink apron. I'm like trying to rack my head around how can I make this setup a little bit more cute and viable for like recording. I think what I'm gonna do is get some like a matte vinyl wrap and get some felt board, I think it's called. I'm gonna build like a whole thing around this, I think is what I want to do. And then once I finish it, I will wrap it with like some sort of vinyl wrap so that looks a little bit less jarring. Pink mittens to match her apron. I'll add like white details to it or something because I think they'll look cute. So her hat, we're gonna go white. Okay, and then her hat we're gonna make red. Like a reddish pink because I still want it to be kind of for the holidays since she is making Christmas cookies. So I'm gonna add my shadow color and then after that we can do highlights. Add a little bit of a reflective light here. Little pom-pom, which I made into a heart. I forgot like I should be adding a little bit of blue here and there. Because she does have like blue forget-me-nots. Kind of for her outfit. Okay, let's add shading to little oven mitts. I might add like little snowflakes onto the mitts to give it more of like a wintry design. Getting a little bit confused on how I made her apron. So we're gonna have to fix that. I am gonna add her lace back in as well. The blue back in. The thing I like about doing like pink objects or anything like that, adding blue I just think makes things look a little bit more vibrant for like shadows. Then for her ribbon, it's also black with a white pattern, so we're just gonna fill this in. Give a little bit more shine to our baking sheet. A little bit more blue. Then we'll darken up the sides that aren't really getting hit by the light. I haven't drawn like Christmas cookies in a while. I did them a few times when I was drawing my OCs, and then I think once or twice when I was drawing 17 fan art. We'll add some shadows. So this one's gonna be kind of on the pan still. Same with this one. Just give them a little bit of lift off. Okay, so for the cookies, we're gonna do kind of darker edges. Then we'll do the icing. So what I saw, if I remember correctly, because I got off my references when I went to go take like a break. Kind of do it like this. Because I don't know what else would be considered like a Christmas cookie, other than like maybe gingerbread. Kind of like warmer cookies, like spiced cookies, I guess. Other than like these typical sugar cookies that people tend to do. I'm gonna make this one green. So I'm gonna color it this way. Because icing also has like a thickness to it, so I don't want it to look like it's entirely flat. But I guess the angle for this one might make it look like that. Because we'll add like a drop shadow and stuff. A little bit of a pink bow. Or maybe we'll go red. Then for the Phantoma, put like a white base. We'll do another little ghost. I'm going banking a lot on the rendering process to help fix these up to make them look cute. We'll probably decorate them after, so what else do we need to do? I might put a little bit of darker shadows on Reimu's hair. I think it looks kind of cute. Yeah, we'll add like little snowflakes here and there. Got a little bit of yellow, so we don't forget. And I think that's what I'm gonna do for the coloring. We're gonna keep this one pretty simple. We'll change some stuff up when it comes to the rendering and stuff, because that will really determine how much effort I put into the rest of this. Gonna need a white band here. Okay, so I might thicken out her hair a little bit more to give more strands, and then we'll add some extra pieces here to make it a little bit wispy. But I think the coloring is kind of done. We're going to play around with the shadows a little bit. So let's alpha lock our lines. Soften up Reimu's colors a little bit for the line work. Same with our cookies here. For her hair, I like making the line art a little bit more on the lighter side compared to the darker side, just because when we start to render and clean up, I tend to darken the lines to give contrast. Sometimes makes this process a little bit more tedious, but in the end, I usually like doing it anyways. I think it's kind of fun. And we're gonna have to fix up her apron because I might lower it on her body. Cause it's just such a weird shape that I've drawn it in. And then for her eyes, let's darken up her eye line. The mouth. I think we're good. So let's go ahead and merge our lines down. You can see that they basically stay the same for the most part. Some areas change to be a little bit lighter. But the last thing I'm going to do is add a multiply layer. We're going to play around with the lighting a little bit, just to do a quick test. This kind of works. I don't think I need really a multiply layer. Yeah, I don't think we really need it, so maybe I'll change it to a quick overlay. Kind of like that. Lighten it. Making it a little bit more pink. We'll also add another layer, which is going to be a little bit of like rim lighting. So this might look intense at first, but we're gonna lighten it. I just want to give her a little bit of a glow. Sometimes this is a pain to render, but I like establishing it at the beginning and then I can adjust it later. So you can soften it. This is kind of what we're going for now. So let's go ahead and merge our layers down. And this is kind of what it looks like. I'm going to duplicate this just in case I want to use this in the future for something else. But we can unlock everything and actually start to render. So switching brushes. I'm going to start to darken up and clean up everything. I don't think we're going to go super detailed since this one does have more of a simple look in terms of how I colored everything. Sometimes if I do like more detailed pieces, the rendering time will take a lot longer, obviously. Okay, for the teeth, usually I make the back ones a little bit darker so you can kind of see the curve a little bit easier. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to shift her eyes. I know I wanted them to be looking more towards us, but I think it makes more sense now. They look more towards that way. This is also a good time to do a reference layer, but let's change, actually, yeah, reference layer, so that we can see what we're doing. Rendering, I tend to go a little bit more silent, so apologies as this portion will be probably like that. So I'm going to spin the white here a little bit. So maybe I will move her entire iris over. I give her some bottom lashes. Okay. So my favorite part when rendering is always doing the hair. But my favorite part of doing the hair is sometimes just these darker areas, because it kind of gives an illusion of making things look a little bit more tidier. Just because I'm kind of like, what is it called? Making the contrast stand out a lot more. Let's give her her bottom lip. Curve back out her chin. I feel like her mouth doesn't make sense for how she looks. So maybe I'll erase it. I had this issue earlier too when I was drawing something else. So make a new layer. I'm going to cover this portion. This is why I don't like doing line art sometimes, because for me it's easier to just cover it and then redraw everything without having to like adjust the line art. So I want her to look a little bit more panicked. Or like upset, I guess. Shocked. Seeing if our original mouth actually is okay. I think it's because I can see her tongue and mouth, maybe. Let's see. So maybe we close. I was gonna say maybe get rid of the bottom teeth, but maybe it's okay. Give her a little bit more of a lip color. Yeah, maybe it's fine. Grab a little bit of that shadow color. Hopefully this one won't take too long though, because I would like to have it up before Christmas. I think this one will turn out cute though, as long as I don't give up. So let's give her some more strands here. So it actually looks like her hair is actually tied kind of like in the back. So I do have to be a little bit mindful where the light is. If you're to incorporate it more into the drawing, or just like when I'm changing the line art color, I don't want it to be too harsh where the light is touching. I really love drawing Reimu. I do miss just like doodling her from time to time, so hopefully next few days I can just draw her and like watch her VODs again. Kind of like a hair strand, like a clump of hair, I guess. She has such cute, I don't know, the hair design is always so adorable. The little ghost face. I do not for the life of me remember this guy's name. I swear she called him Pedro. but I don't know if that's true. So yeah, for some of these parts, I just like to darken up, like, usually corners or tangents. Hopefully not too many tangents. I guess it's mostly like where lines meet. And kind of create like a little bit of a point. Because I find that's like the easiest way to add like line with variation or like areas of contrast. As always, I don't know why I said it like that, as always, blending a little bit of the skin tone back into the hair. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if it's because I drew Rainbow on the smaller side or my canvas size. My line art right now is kind of on the thicker end. Add a little bit of blush into her face. I mean blush, I mean like little blush lines. Change your eyebrows a little bit. So basically I'm kind of like painting over top to kind of get rid of the eyebrow line. This would have been something like great to have tried to fix before I merged my sketch lines in. That is a-okay. I'm gonna make a new layer just in case I need to manipulate it a little bit. So this is similar to what I had originally. Kind of like that a little bit more. Whoops. Merge down. Okay. Some extra hair strands here. The thing is, it's like when I'm painting these, I should really prioritize what's in the front versus the back sometimes a little bit more. I get like caught up in just drawing whatever's on the surface, and then I have problems where like certain parts don't overlap properly, or if I rendered something and then I have to cover it in the end. It's kind of annoying. Might even like widen her eyes a little bit more. Darken this up. Okay, so what else? Fix this up. I need to change the song. I don't listen to a lot of like EDM or house or like electronica music. You will listen to Yuri. My brain could like not think with that music playing earlier. I think it's like a remixed version. So this is supposed to be white, so let's go ahead and lighten this up a little bit more. I know it's supposed to have a lace design. I don't know if I'll add it in, because... yeah, I don't know if I will. Oh, I could have gave her a red ribbon. That could have been cute. It's okay. Let's just see how much I can finish right now before I lose that esteem. Keep changing this. This is like a good representation of like how many times I go back and forth and change things. Erase some areas. Oops. I feel like this piece is tiny. I can't stay in one area. Keep changing it. I don't know if she has... Yeah, I think it's just black straps. There's no lace or anything on this. Okay. So I guess I also need to fix this portion. I could see if I can liquefy it. So basically, this doesn't really fit into the center. Keep this all into shadow. Fix up the hat, fix up the flowers. I think because I hop around so much when I'm doing these drawings, it's also another reason why these take forever. If I fix one section at a time, it'd probably be a lot quicker than me just hopping around and seeing what I want to work on. Gonna get her hair strands back in. Well, actually, I'll just finish the hat first, then we'll move this way. I don't want it too lumpy. Then our flower. I think, now that I'm thinking about it, what really made me start watching Reimu more, I think it's because I caught a few of her hand cam streams where she's just cooking. I don't know if it's because the way she cooks or the way she talks about it. She's so funny. So it's just fun watching her chat and do something. Same with like her gaming and stuff, which is why I like watching her VODs for a lot of her different streams that she does. doing like the simple version of Forget-Me-Nots. Then we'll put like a dark center. I feel like I haven't listened to Dry Flower in so long. I've listened to a lot more of like Beetlejuice, I guess? Beetlejuice? Because that one's my favorite from his songs. Shutter is also very good though. Okay. I'm gonna do the lace very simple on top of this. Because technically, every time I do fan art like this, I always feel like, do I include all the details or do I not? Because like, I could just take creative liberties and not have her wear the lacy choker. Technically, it would be easier. And to make it easier for myself, let's set this to multiply. So we can do the shadows of all of this together, because right now it's looking really, really flat. Merge that down so it doesn't look too out of place. Kind of this part done. So she does have more of a design on here. Not a design, I guess. It's like the... Is it the design? The way that the fabric is on here is kind of different. So it's not exactly ruffles per se. I guess there's ruffles here though. So what I'm gonna do is them in via the selection tool. We can kind of paint on top of this because we just need a kind of like a silhouette first, and then we can pull out parts that we want it to be lighter, parts that we want it to be darker. Even that gives like an indication of just like the ruffles, like enough. It's like a simple version. Don't want to get too lazy. Sometimes, like, yeah, just dark, like, outlining with a darker color just works out. I think I want to make this, like, tighter. I don't know, this just looks so funny, so I want to get rid of this. To have like a thinner center one going like this, I think makes a little bit more sense to how I originally had it. And then we can kind of paint in our fabric here. She does have it kind of cinched. Gonna make this side a little bit puff out, just to differentiate it from the rest of the dress. Okay. Larger brush. Yeah, we didn't finish the hat. I don't remember what I was doing, that I keep taking a pause, not finishing this. Yeah, I think an upside down heart is cute though. Add a little bit of blue back into here. Slightly darker, a little bit more saturated to do a little bit more of the folds here. Okay. This is okay. I'm definitely gonna keep a lot of these things like more rough. Finish up the little part of our hat here. Okay, so I think we're just gonna leave the hat as it is. We're gonna move on to, I think we're just gonna finish this portion to move this way, and then hopefully we'll just have the pan and the cookies left. Also don't like the shape of this, because I feel like it should go down more. Hopefully, I think in the next few days, I am just gonna work on... So basically, I took suggestions on my community post, and I kind of want to work on those soon for the end of the year, like I mentioned. And I have not started it, so I am very behind. There's like a lot of characters that you guys suggested that I wanted to draw. So I definitely want to tackle them soon. Kind of want to cinch this in more because of the angle. I think that's more correct technically. A little bit more of the blue. I might have to add like a darker blue instead. That's okay. For now, I think the more I get stuck into rendering and fixing things up, besides getting like more, nope, less talkative, I think I get quieter. That or I'm just further away from the mic, which is also a possibility. Okay, let's add a bit more shadow onto this side. I'm gonna get rid of this since we're done mostly with her face. I wish I didn't make this as messy, and a part of me wishes maybe I should have done like line work and then did the coloring afterwards to see how it would have looked, but I don't know. Sometimes I just need to get into the weeds of doing the rendering to see if I like it or not. This one I don't like as much, but still was fun to draw. Actually, what size did I make this? I think I made it the longer one. Ah. I've been doing that more often, and I don't know what's causing that. Maybe it's thinking I'm like double tapping. Because it always resets my view. Get our dark colors. Looks like a very weird shoulder. The other earring. Whoops. Fix up her hair a little bit. Yeah, some of these I think I can just leave. We'll just clean it up a little bit around the edges. But some of these stray lines is gonna really bother me. Get rid of these. So the fun thing about this, even if I erase this, to make this a little bit easier for myself, I'm gonna make a new layer, pop it underneath, and we're gonna refill in the hair a bit. Merge it back. Put this back in. Also apologize if the way how I keep turning my canvas is like dizzying for some of you. Though, usually for these longer formatted videos, I don't even know how many people actually watch it versus like putting these into the background. Yeah, I might do some experimenting. See if I can find a way to quicken up my process again. I think I just need to make my sketch more clean again. I've been getting a little bit too lazy, maybe. Because then I can treat it more like a line work. Because instead of making this look so flat, let's add some texture too. Make sure it actually reads as hair. Same with the inside of here. Maybe I should make these the lace pattern. The thing is, like, I can't really see it. Just kind of my gripe why I don't draw it all the time. A little bit of indication of it might suffice. Because I always consider like, oh, maybe I should get like a lace brush or something. Let's fix up our cookie tray. Let's add a little bit of thickness to our edges here. Fix up our pans, and then all we have to do is kind of just more or less the cookies. Then I'll add an extra layer probably to do a little bit of patterning for our oven mitts here. Clean up these areas near her arm. Just anything that makes it look too incomplete is what I'm mostly going to be focusing on. Because rough doesn't really mean incomplete. But I guess like the level of like how much you render will always vary. Because if I render the entire face like super pristine and then make the body look like this, I guess, it'll look very jarring. And probably not on purpose, I guess. Okay. Sure, Cookie has some dimension here. We look a little bit silly here. Actually, let me come back. I'm gonna do like a bunch of chores and stuff first. Get settled in because my body is like, it feels like it's overheating. So I'm gonna take another break. But when we come back, let's finish up the cookies and then I will add any like extra stuff to the illustration. Because right now I just want it to look like there's a little bit of icing, I guess. Or cookies here. Okay, I'll come back. Okay, now that we're back, I kind of want to fix her eyes up. I don't know if it's because this part should show more white. But her eyes just look like they're not like kind of centered in her eyes. That makes sense. This is why it's good to take breaks every so often so you can check your work. Check your work. Just to see whether or not there's like stuff you were too tunneled vision into. But then we can go back and finish up the cookies. So for the Fantomo, we're doing the icing. So add a little bit more shading. So let's continue. I'm gonna probably ice all the cookies that have like white icing first. Kind of like this, and then we can decorate them properly and get them a little bit cleaned up. Okay, so for Fantomo cookie, let's add our icing. So I might do this on a separate layer to keep it cleaner. The eyes. Let's do a cuter pink. Add our bow. I'm gonna add these in the same color for convenience. We'll ice their legs. Just gonna use the cookie color, kind of reshape our Fantomo here. Do we need a blue? Whoops. Okay, do we need a hat? So go like this. Little hands. And so for, I guess, the icing portion, just to make sure they look more like icing and have like a little bit of thickness. Same with the red. Okay, I think we should be okay. Then we'll make little ghosts. like putting like a random design. Like a red dot in between. Kind of keep it Christmassy-ish themed. Bit of a highlight for cookie icing here. Okay, for our snowflake, so from what the cookie I saw earlier, all they did was like ice a good amount of white to kind of create the outline of the cookie. And then all they did was add blue. Kind of like that. And then try to clean this up a little bit. Get the shadow color again because our icing is a little bit thick. So I'm gonna do something similar, but we're gonna do like the outline. Kind of of our flower shape. Trying to make sure that this is kind of the right shape here. Let's get a yellow. Fix our other cookies here. Then we have the larger snowflake cookie, which I might change the colors because I think the person I saw used both blue and purple. Okay, so for these, I'm gonna add a string of yellow, string of red. guess I forgot to put down like a parchment paper type thing. That's okay. Let's just work on this cookie. Okay. I do apologize. My nose is like no longer congested. So now my nose is like sniffly. So for this one, I'm going to use kind of like a blue again. We're gonna see if we can make this a little bit more extravagant. Going back to the basic shape, because I don't know how to make this more appealing looking. Because those look more like spider webs. This kind of works out, maybe. Even to the circles. I don't know if this looks cute. It's kind of better. If I was gonna add purple, maybe we won't. Smudge it down. Fix the shape a little bit more before we fix up the other ones. Okay, then the wreath. I think the wreath is the one I dislike the most. I feel like this is a very common cookie. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of a brown shadow for icing. I might put like a gold. So hopefully this kind of makes sense on these being cookies, maybe? I might put one more cookie in the foreground. Let's see. As long as we can kind of clean some of these pieces up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, this one's not gonna turn out super clean. Which I don't think is like the worst thing. It's kind of just something we can draw for fun. Okay, carry down to here. Just make sure cookie's nice in the front. I might blur these guys a little bit, maybe. Also might add more of Reimu's hair, just because her hair is more like flowy and very long. So I might put these in here as well. Whoops. I feel like the seam would be here. Not exactly where I put it, so let's go ahead and kind of get rid of it. So maybe I'll do some experimenting later where I can see if I can make sure my sketch is a little bit more clean before I apply the color, because I'm finding myself running into the state where I don't really want to clean up so much like this. Okay, let's add our little snowflakes here. I'm gonna set it to screen. We're gonna pick a fairly... Whoops. Kind of like a dark gray. Bit of polka dots. I might put some on her apron as well so that we can kind of match it. Go down here. then some on her apron because I think it will look cute if it matches. Okay. Just making sure like none of these patterns overlap on the lines, because then you can kind of tell that it's painted on top and it will look kind of weird. Okay. I kind of still want to change her mouth. Let's merge down. Let's try again. Okay, let's try drawing a different mouth. I feel like this might be a little bit cuter. Let's make a, whoops, another new layer so we can paint and check whether or not we actually like this before we actually commit to it. I think it's also just the shape of it I don't like. So let's merge these. Okay, then we'll just kind of render it a little bit so that it looks like it fits with the rest. Kind of cute. Let's see. Okay, let's merge these down. Kind of check. It definitely changes quite a bit. Kind of like this one more, I think. Oops. I think just leave it like this. The pan looks so funky. And then what I'm gonna do is make another new layer. We're gonna add another cookie or something. Okay, we'll make this like another... I guess it could be like a big gingerbread man. Do you outline? I don't... The thing is, like, I don't think I've ever made like a gingerbread man. So let's add just a little bit underneath, around. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna also just grab, oops, the snowflake. Copy paste. Let's make it larger. I'm gonna distort it a little bit. I love Yuri songs. Just gonna change the snowflake to be purple. Then blur it. So I don't think I'm going to change her mouth again. So we're going to merge it. I'm going to merge my blurred cookies together. Shove this a little lower. Okay, so last but not least, I want to add, I don't know, I kind of want to change the background colors a bit. Add a screen, make it a little bit more pink or purpley. Yeah, I feel like the background was kind of like unnecessary. We'll add some snowflakes or something. Sparkles. This is like super unnecessary. Let's add some foreground snow. So all you're gonna do is basically take a big brush. Kind of just add them everywhere. Kind of blur everything, but some of the larger ones that we add, we're gonna have to blur quite a bit. So technically it'd be good if you wanted to do kind of these on separate layers, but it's okay. So Gaussian blur for our first pass. Then for some of our larger ones here. Gaussian blur again. Yeah, I think it looks kind of cute like this. I might fix these up a little bit again, and I might add like an overall, not a filter, what is it called? Another blend mode on top of everything, just to change the color temperature a little bit. I kind of want to make everything else larger, like, whoops. Kind of like that, maybe. Yeah, I don't know if I like this. It's okay. So last thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna bring everything into one group. We're gonna duplicate this whole group. Gonna flatten it. We're gonna Gaussian blur about 3-4%. Then I'm going to erase a little bit, but mostly we are going to lower the opacity. It's just gonna give it like a slightly fuzzier look. It's kind of dreamlike. That looks cute. Last but not least, our filter or our overlay. So if I want everything to be a little bit more warmer. Ooh, not too bright. You could do it like this. You can also play around with your sliders here. You can also make it a little cooler all the way around. Or like near the edges, I guess, in this case. There. I think that's it for today's little drawing session. Hopefully you guys didn't mind keeping me company for today. So let's take a quick look at the time-lapse replay. I did kind of wish I went with my other idea as well, but this is kind of what I wanted, technically. Good thing we got rid of that first phase. And I'm gonna find a way to fix up this little standy thing for my iPad to see if I can make something a little bit more cuter and presentable for filming. And hopefully I find like a lighting situation too that works a little bit better, because this definitely works better for like my back and the way how I'm recording, because the camera's actually not in front of my face. Yeah, this is kind of what we ended up for Raymond's little drawing. So hope you guys enjoyed today's little drawing session. Once again, happy holidays and Merry Christmas if you're celebrating. If not, thank you again for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next time. I think we still have a video or two before the new year, so let's see what else we will produce this year before the start of a brand new year. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!